me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta feel the tension. In my thoughts.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. So today we are going to be going over somebody that we acquired. I think we're all talking about it, and it's going to be someone that I think some people are underplaying. If you look at his career, we're talking about Chase Claypool here. Sorry to give it away. If you look at the dude's career, you know, the thing was, it's his best year. Ben Roethlisberger was his quarterback. And then he had Mitchell Trubisky. And then he had, well, Justin Fields. I'm going to tell you right now. Justin Fields, I'll be real with you. I'm a firm believer in all these running quarterbacks besides Cam Newton. They're not really good quarterbacks. They just run a lot, so they can beat bad teams because the bad teams can't figure out how to stop them. But when they actually have to pass the ball and are contained, they can't throw the ball. And the thing is as a receiver, just like you saw the receivers when they were with Tim Tebow or whatever type of quarterback that you have that mostly runs, you get annoyed because you grow up your whole life. And especially as a receiver, you grow your whole life. You want to be that guy. You want to be the dude that catches the ball in the end zone for touchdowns and this and that. That's what you want to be. You want to be utilized as that, you know, down the field weapon. And when you have a quarterback that most of the time you're blocking, you kind of lose your ambition and your drive for anything, you know, in the game. So what I can tell you is, of course, he is young. You know, he did have some sort of, you know, mental issue or whatever it was with what was going on. But the thing is you also you have to understand it from his point of view. Your rookie year, you have a really good quarterback, and you start doing all these breaking records and this and that, and then that guy's gone. And then you have multiple quarterbacks that just cannot play well. Like they can't throw the ball. They're just not good at throwing. All they do is run. And, you know, Justin Fields more so than Mitchell Trubisky. So most of the time, your job is just to block. You're like an offensive lineman. Is that what you would have signed up for when you played receiver? No, probably not. You know, of course, maybe he could have had a better attitude. But again, when you have that superstar moment, I know DJ Moore is putting up a lot of stats, but DJ Moore, he doesn't have the talent like Chase Claypool does. You know, Chase Claypool's 6'4", he runs a 4.42, he has great hands, he can go up and make these spectacular catches. He is different. He's a different type of receiver. He's something that can be a number one, honestly, if you give him the right pieces. And this is why I think you're not getting the full story. And I think this could be somebody ridiculous when it comes to, you know, the upside for what we gave. I mean, we basically gave a 6th-round pick a year from now for this guy. And like I said, you're playing with Mitch Trubisky. You're playing with Justin Fields. You're basically a downfield offensive lineman until one of the downs they throw you the ball. And that kind of stinks, man. And that'll get to someone's head if you're just kind of trying to need to block every single play. You're a receiver. You want to catch the ball. You want to catch the ball. And the thing is DJ Moore, he's never really had a good quarterback, so he doesn't understand what it's like when, like this guy, he's playing with Ben Roethlisberger in his rookie year. The ball's getting thrown everywhere. You have this breakout year, you know you can be good, and then you get these quarterbacks that just can't throw the ball. They just don't understand how to do anything, and they're just not good quarterbacks. So you get frustrated because you're like, I've spent my whole life preparing for this moment. I've shown people that I can be this superstar, and then I get quarterbacks that just can't throw me the ball. That sucks. So when you come to Miami And what people are not acknowledging, which is I think something that is definitely needed to be acknowledged, different quarterback. We're throwing the ball 30 to 40 times a game. Completely different. Tua doesn't run. Tua throws the ball. So if you get open, Tua will throw you the ball. Tua has made players better. Gesicki, even if you want to consider, Tyreek Hill has never had the numbers that he had with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not, discounting whatever Patrick Mahomes has done, but Tyreek Hill has never had the numbers that he's had until he played with Tua. Lynn Bowden, who else was there? I'm blanking on some of the names. Even Devontae Parker has never had a season as well as he had when he was with us. And after he left, he just hasn't had anything. It's just one of those things, man, that Tua gets the ball out. And I think that's why he's so excited to come here. And that's why I truly believe, this is going to be the first guy. Most of our receivers are like 5'10", maybe 6 foot. Izukama was the tallest one, which, we could probably talk about later what's happening. But this guy is 6'4", 240 pounds. You know the type of weapon that he will become in this offense in the red zone? Because Tua, the last game when he threw that interception, he was forcing it. And sometimes, why are you forcing it? Because your players, you can't throw the ball up to. And that's why I think they got this guy, is that Chase Claypool, he is one of those guys that you can throw that ball up to. Typically what Devontae Parker kind of was, is you can throw it up, or Gesicki. You can throw it up. You can throw the ball up, and they will come down with it. And it gives you a different red zone threat. This is what's going to change things for this team. Because even if he doesn't get acclimated to the whole entire playbook, you're in the red zone. You got this guy running a fade to the outside while Tyreek Hill's running inside. You have to account for him, because Tua's just going to throw it up in the air and allow this guy to come down with it. That's what he was good at. And that's the problem, is that, Justin Fields couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think we're underplaying this. And I think also Eric Izukama, might be done for the year, might be done for, whatever it is, because it's a neck injury, and I think that's why we got this guy. But I'm truly telling you, yes, he's a young kid. He's what, 24? He's a young kid, so he had a mental lapse. But of course, the mental lapse, people are going to sit there and think that, it's just a mental lapse from him not wanting to play football. No, it's when you have quarterbacks that just can't throw you the ball, you get frustrated because you train every single week, every single day as hard as you can, and you have quarterbacks that just can't get the ball out to you, that are throwing the ball 20 times a game, maybe less than that, sometimes 15. Like, what? What are you going to do with that? You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. You can't do anything with that. And it'll frustrate someone. And you come here, Tua and the Dolphins offense is completely superior. It is what it is with the Bears. I'm not going to lie to you. The Bears kind of stink. Their offense isn't good. Justin Fields, I don't believe is a good quarterback. I think he just runs the ball a lot, but he's not as fast as Lamar Jackson. And honestly, he's kind of small too. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to get yourself injured because he can't play the quarterback position. That's the problem with a lot of these running quarterbacks, and why Tua is so great, is that these guys, they are one-trick ponies. They can't do other things. They can't break defenses down. They can't do certain things. They can only run when the play breaks down instead of understanding where their reads are, like Tua can do. Next, what we're going to talk about is the injury report. The injury report it's bad and it's good, because of course everybody knows at this point Devon Achane will be on the injury report for 4 weeks, which kind of stinks because he's having a good year, but it is what it is. But what I can say, Jeff Wilson's coming back, Nick Needham's probably coming back, and here's what I can say, is right now we're 3-1, 4-1, sorry. We are going to have, a couple of games that are pretty difficult, but depending on what we do, So these next 4 games, let's see what we do. But at the end of the bye, we're going to be getting Devon Achane back, obviously. We're going to be getting Teron Armstead back. We're going to be getting Jalen Ramsey back, among other names. So going for these next 4 games, obviously, difficult next 4 games. These 4 games against, well, I mean, the Panthers is a trap game. You know, you got to be aware of that. Philly, New England, and then the Chiefs. But you showcase what you can do. I'm telling you right now, you get these players back. Teron Armstead, you get Jalen Ramsey back. Just think about that. You have Jalen Ramsey coming back. Now, Cater Coe, who stays in the slot, and you have Jalen and Xavier Howard on the outside like we planned to have it. You know how much better this defense is going to get now that Deshaun Elliott has definitely taken over that safety spot and Javon Holland's playing amazing? It's going to get ridiculous. And this is not even knowing what we're going to do with the trade deadline. But you get these players back. Devon Achane is playing out of his mind. You get all your studs back on this team. So depending on what we do, you know, if we can take one of these Philly or Chief games, either one of those, if we can snag one of those, and then you get out of the bye and you get all your studs back, we're rolling. We are rolling, because the only team that scares me really is the Buffalo Bills. That's the only team. You get all your studs back. Devon Achane is running well. You have Jalen Ramsey, and now you have a cover corner, the best defensive player probably on our team. Christian Wilkins started playing good. You get Teron Armstead back, and Liam Eichenberg out, and you have Connor Williams, and you have a full studded line like we started off this season. Bro, this team is going to be nuts, because we're playing with a lot of our stars out. Jalen Phillips is not even playing right now. You know what I'm saying? Teron Armstead has been in and out. Jalen Ramsey hasn't played yet. You know, it's a decent amount of players. We even get Nick Needham back. There's a bunch of players that are going to be coming back into the mold. So us sitting here at 4-1, and this is something that we haven't done for a while, to be getting more and more players into the fold. And like I said, we don't even know what they're going to be doing with the trade deadline. This is exciting. This is exciting, and this is something that again, highs can't be too high, lows can't be too low, but this is exciting, man. We're getting a lot of players back, and this team can really turn into something special. Just the pure fact that you get Jalen Ramsey, even if he's at 70, 80, whatever percentage, it's still better than Eli Apple, you know? So what you're going to be getting is a completely different team. And like I said, Teron Armstead changes, you know, he plays for a decent amount of time. Teron Armstead changes the offensive line, because it's completely different when Teron Armstead is in. And again, he only got injured because of Liam Eichenberg. Connor Williams is a completely different offensive line. You know, you have your full line like we had, and you see the time that Tua has when Teron Armstead is in and Connor Williams. Completely different game last game when you saw Connor Williams was in. Liam Eichenberg can't play. So you're getting all these players back. This team is studded. And like I said, you take one of these games. In these 4, obviously the Panthers and the Patriots, we should win. But that's going to be a tough game too. But Philly or Kansas City, you take one of those games. Take both of them, but you take one of those games going into the bye, you get that confidence, and then you come back out with the Raiders, the Jets, the Commanders, the Titans, you know, the Jets again, and then Dallas, Baltimore Bills. That's what you end with. The last year we came out of the bye, we played Houston, we weren't, 100%. And we played San Fran and LA, 2 playoff teams. This time we're going to come out of the bye and we're playing a bunch of, teams we should definitely beat. You get your confidence rolling, and it just becomes a steam roll. Especially if the defense starts playing like they did last game, and the offense starts playing, well, I mean, they've been playing great, the whole season. It's going to be tough to face the Miami Dolphins, and that's something that I've never really been able to say for a long time. Forever, actually. Haven't been able to say that. the Dolphins are going to be a tough team to deal with. Feels good. But that's going to be the show today. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Comment down below, like this video, helps it spread to as many Dolphins fans as we can get. But as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Fins up, baby. Peace.